So next, I have to know another one more experiment regarding Newton's ring experiment. So from this Newton's ring experiment, we can calculate the, so what is the wavelength of the incident monochromatic light? So from that segment, you can easily to find out the what is the wavelength of the this incident monochromatic light. See, this is the experimental setup, right? The experimental arrangement for the formation of the Newton's rings. It is shown in the figure, right? See, S is the source of monochromatic light, that is sodium vapor lamp. From this sodium vapor lamp, you can get the parallel beam of light rays. They are reflected from the glass plate B. This glass plate B, which is inclined at an angle 45 degree with respect to the incident beam. This this glass plate B reflects the light waves towards the air film that is enclosed between the plano-convex lens and the plane glass plate. Okay, L is the plano-convex lens and G is the plane glass plate. Between these two, the air is enclosed. Adike air film anta karate. So therefore, L is the plano-convex lens which has a large radius of curvature, that is R, right? And also you can, the Newton's rings are observed through the plane glass plate B by traveling microscope M, which is focused towards the air film. Suppose this traveling microscope is focused towards the air film, we can get the Newton's rings or interference pattern. We can get the alternative bright and dark circular fringes. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತ Newton's rings ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. So once you get the interference pattern, okay. So like this, just have to see this figure. Just have to see this figure. Okay, like this, you can get the alternative bright and dark circular fringes, right? First, what you have to do with the help of this, you have to calculate what is the diameter of the M1 dark ring. Okay, just you have to see figure. You have to coincide the vertical crosswire of the microscope to the first dark ring. Just you have to coincide the vertical crosswire of the traveling microscope to the first dark fringe. From the central bright fringe, you have to count down the order of the dark ring. First one is on first dark ring, second is, then second one is second dark ring, like that. Suppose the diameter of the M1th dark ring should be equal to the dm. Dm is the diameter of the ring. Suppose the diameter of the first dark ring is on dm. Therefore, we know the relation for the diameter of the dark ring. That is dm is equal to square root of 4m lambda r. In previous section, you have discussed this one. The diameter of the dark ring should be equal to the square root of 4m lambda r. Then dm square is equal to 4m lambda r. Okay, this is general. M is equal to the integer, it can indicate the order of the ring. Suppose for first dark ring, for M1th ring, okay, dm1 square is equal to 4m1 lambda r. This is the diameter of the first dark ring. Similarly, what is the diameter of the second dark ring? dm2 square is equal to 4m2 lambda r. So from the traveling microscope, is it possible to find out the diameter of the first dark ring and also diameter of the second dark rings? I think you already know about this experiment. Okay, then dm1 square is equal to 4m lambda r, dm2 square is equal to 4m2 lambda r. Therefore, you have to subtract equation 1 from equation 2. Okay, what you get? dm2 square minus dm1 square is equal to 4 m2 minus m1 into lambda r. So just you have to simplify it. Lambda is equal to dm2 square minus dm1 square is divided by m2 minus m1 into 1 by 4r. So here the rate. So here, so you have to find out what is the wavelength of the incident light. So here r is the constant. This is the radius of curvature of the plano-convex lens. Okay, that is measured with the help of spherometer, or else it is measured by using the Boyce method. So this is also known quantity r. Only thing is you have to find out the dm2 square minus dm1 square divided by m2 minus m1. For that, what you have to do, you have to plot the graph dm, the diameter of the rings. Suppose the diameter of the dark ring or diameter of the light ring. So each ring diameter measure ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. Okay. Then m is equal to 1. Okay. Suppose m is equal to 1 for dark ring. First dark ring diameter ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಂತ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಡಯಾಮೀಟರ್ಗೆ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಡಾರ್ಕ್ ರಿಂಗ್ಗೆ ಡಯಾಮೀಟರ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಂತ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಅಪ್ ಟು ಎಲ್ಲವರೆಗೆ ಎಮ್ ಡಾರ್ಕ್ ರಿಂಗ್ ವರೆಗೂ ನಾವು ಡಯಾಮೀಟರ್ನ ಮೆಜರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಫಾರ್ ದಟ್, ಸೊ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಪ್ಲಾಟ್ ದಿ ಗ್ರಾಫ್. ಓಕೆ, the diameter versus the order of the ring. Means we have to plot diameter along the y-axis, you have to plot order of the ring along x-axis. Okay, finally we can get there is a straight line, there is linear line. For this straight or the linear line, we have to find out what is the slope of this straight line. That slope gives the dm2 square minus dm1 square divided by m2 minus m1. That is AB by BC. That is dm2 square minus dm1 square divided by m2 minus m1. m2 minus m1. This is the slope of the straight line. Then you have to substitute this slope in this above equation. Lambda is equal to dm2 square minus dm1 square divided by m2 minus m1. That should be equal to the 1 by 2 lambda. Therefore, lambda is equal to lambda equals slope into 1 by 4 into r. So this is already we know r is the radius of curvature of the given plano-convex lens. This slope is calculated from the graph. So once you know the slope of this graph, you can easily find out what is the wavelength of the given monochromatic light. Okay, this is the Newton's experiment to find out what is the wavelength of the given monochromatic source.